Hey guys, welcome back to NEXTGENBLOGGER, and today we will see how you can create a bouncing ball animation. So this is going to be a very raw and unfiltered tutorial, so please bear with me. And I've created this animation already. Let me just play this for you. So this is what we are going to create, all right? And I have created a map to do this animation, but before I go there, let me just create a new project and let me open up my map. So this is the map that I have created. I will be referring to this map every now and then because it really helps with the animation, and I suggest you to create a map or create a plan, whatever you want to call it, when you are planning to do any animation in Blender, because it helps a lot. Okay, you need to plan a couple of things. So my animation will happen in this particular way. So I have a ball and I will be bouncing it 3 times. So this is the first time, this is the second time, and this is the third time. Each time the height of the bounce will be reduced. So the first time the ball bounces, it will bounce for 5 meters. The second time the ball bounces, it will bounce for 3 meters. And the third time the ball bounces, it will bounce for 1 meter. All right. And the first round of bounce will happen in 20 frames. The second round of bounce will happen in 16 frames. And the third round of bounce will happen in 12 frames. So all in all, we need 48 frames to do this animation. Okay. Now let's go back to Blender and let me just write the value 48 inside the end frame text box. All right. Now let's open up the graph editor. So go to the animation menu. Let's close this window right here. So this is the dope sheet. We don't need the dope sheet. We need the graph editor. So press Ctrl Tab, and this is the graph editor. Let me close this window as well. And let's delete this cube. We don't need the cube. Let's add a UV sphere. So go to the add menu, go to mesh, and now select this option, that is UV sphere. Now press the number 1 and this will give you the side view. I would also like to delete the light as well as the camera. I don't need these things. Okay. Now let me adjust this timeline like this. And okay, let's go back to the map. Now, when we are creating bouncing ball animation, we are basically doing 2 things at the same time. The first thing is the ball is bouncing along the x-axis, along the z-axis. And the second thing is the ball is moving along the x-axis. So 2 things are happening at the same time for the ball to bounce. And that's what we are going to do. So moving this sphere along the z-axis and moving this sphere along the x-axis. That's what we are going to do. So we need location. We don't need rotation or scale. I mean, we need rotation, but that's at the end. Right now, I need just the location parameter. So my cursor is at the first frame, and I would like to insert a keyframe in this position. I would like to insert a location keyframe in this position. So select the sphere, press the letter K, and now select location. So I've inserted a location keyframe in this position, and let's now move the cursor to the 20th frame. No, not the 20th frame. I would want it to go up and then I would want it to go down. Okay, so move the cursor to the 10th frame, and in the first frame the ball is down. In the 10th frame the ball should be up. So let me now move this sphere along the z-axis by how much? By 5 meters, right? So inside the location z-axis, let me insert the value 5 and now press enter. Okay, now press the letter K and select location once again. So at the first frame, the ball is at 0 meter along the z-axis. At the 10th frame, the ball is at 5 meters along the z-axis. Now let's move the cursor to the 20th frame and let's move this ball back to its original position. So that would be 0 meter. So let me write the value 0 inside location z-axis and now press enter. Now press the letter K and select location. Alright, so far so good. So at the first frame, the ball is at 0 meter along the z-axis. At the 10th frame, the ball is at 5 meters along the z-axis. And at the 20th frame, the ball is once again at 0 meter along the z-axis. Now, we need to create 2 additional bounces, right? So this is the first bounce. Let's now create a second bounce. So let me move the cursor to the 30th frame. Okay, not the 30th frame because my second bounce requires just 16 frames. My first bounce required 20 frames, and so that's the reason the half point was 10. But my second bounce requires just 16 frames, which means my half point will be 8, which means 20 plus 8 will be 28. So I need to move the cursor at the 28th frame, right? And now we will move the ball along the z-axis by 3 meters, right? So the height of the bounce is decreasing. First it was 5 meters, second it will be 3 meters. So let's move this ball along the z-axis by 3 meters. And now press the letter K and now select location. Yes. Now 20, 28 and 28 plus 8 will be 36. So let me now move my cursor at the 36th frame right here. And let's move this ball back to its original position. So inside location Z, write 0 meters. And now press the letter K and now select location. Alright. Once again, so far so good. So ball goes up, it goes down, again it goes up, it goes down. And let's now see the third round of bounce. So the third round of bounce will be done in just over 12 frames, which means the half point will be at 6 frames, which means 36 plus 6 will be 42. So I need to place my cursor at the 42nd frame, right about here. And the height of the third bounce would be 1 meter, right? So select the ball and inside location z-axis, write the value 1 and now press enter. And now press the letter K and now select location. Now 42 plus 6 would be 48. So that is the end frame. Move the cursor at the 48th frame and now move the sphere back to its original position. So insert inside location z-axis 0 meters. And now press the letter K and now select location. Alright, so we have created 3 bounce as it is visible in the graph. So if I just play this for you, so this is the first bounce, this is the second bounce, this is the third bounce, right? First, second, third. First, second, third. So far, so good. Okay. Now, the thing is, it's not actually looking like a bounce. That is the main problem. It is kind of looking like it's floating in the air. It's not looking like a bounce. So what do you do to make it look like a bounce? Okay. So what do? You basically, first of all, need to transform the keyframes. How do I put it? You need to transform the keyframes, not the keyframes, but the handles of the keyframes. You need to move the handles of the keyframes freely. All right. And so right now you cannot move the handles of the keyframes freely. Let me show you. So if I actually select this keyframe right about here, which is at the first frame, and if I select one of the handles of this keyframe right like this, press the letter G to grab it, and if I move this handle, you will see that the other handle also moves. So I cannot move this handle independently. It's kind of connected with the other handle. Both the handles are connected. So press Ctrl Z. So to move this handle independently, it's very important that you move the handles independently. Otherwise, you won't be able to create that bounce effect. So to move the handles independently, you need to first of all select this keyframe. Now press the letter V, and this will kind of allow you to set the keyframe handle type. So we have 5 options: free, aligned, vector, automatic, auto clamped. Okay. So I mean, you can Google the definition of all these things. I don't want to do that. I don't want to explain what all these things are. I mean, if you work with this, you will automatically understand what they are. However, I'm interested in this free option because to put it simply, this free option will allow me to move the handles freely. So I've selected the free option, and now if I show you, select this handle, press the letter G, and now as you can see, the other handle does not move, right? Only this handle is moving. Okay, let me press Ctrl Z. Another thing that I want to do is, I just forgot to do, you need to expand this section. So we are basically working with the location parameter, location X, location Y, location Z. But right now we are just working with the Z location, right? You see, we just inputted value only inside the Z location. We did not use location X or location Y. But nonetheless, they are present, X location and Y location, and they are present in the graph as well. I don't know if you are able to see or not. I'm pretty sure you're not able to see, but they are there right here. All right. And it can get confusing. I mean, I always get confused when dealing with different graph of different axis, right? So even though we are just dealing with the location parameter, it has 3 axes, X, Y, Z. And right now I'm just working with the Z axis. I'm not working with X axis and Y axis. But their lines, their graphs are still present in this graph. And if I am if I want to use the Z axis graph, it may happen, or it will happen, that you accidentally select the graph of X axis and Y axis. So it kind of gets little difficult to do things. So the best thing to do is just simply turn off the visibility of X location and Y location, and that will kind of you will not see the graph of X location and Y location now. All right. Now let's get back to the animation stuff. So I have actually changed the handle type of this keyframe to free. I would like to do the same thing for the other keyframes as well, mainly the keyframes which are present on 0. So this was the first keyframe. This is the second keyframe. So select this keyframe, press the letter V, and now select this free option. Now select this third keyframe, press the letter V once again, and once again select this free option, and select this fourth keyframe, press the letter V, and select the free option. All right. And now it will be very easy to move the handles of these keyframes, because now they can be moved freely. Now I want to move the handles freely because that will help me adjust this graph, and it will help me create the bounce effect. Right now it's not looking like the ball is bouncing. It's looking like I'm tossing it in my hand. It's not looking like it's falling to the ground and bouncing, right? So we need to create that that effect when a ball bounces on the ground and it kind of goes back up. So we need to create that effect, and to create that effect, we need to change this graph a little bit. So let me just select this handle of this keyframe, press the letter G, and let me, oops, looks like it's still aligned. Let me just press Ctrl Z. Maybe what I did back then was not to the axis of to the Z-axis. It was maybe X-axis or Y-axis. That's why once again the handles are aligned. I'm kind of selecting this handle, pressing the letter G and moving it. It kind of moves the other handle as well. So let me press Ctrl Z, select this keyframe, press the letter V and select the free option. Now select this handle, press the letter G, and now as you can see, I'm able to align only this handle. Okay, now press enter. So what I'm basically trying to do is just how a ball is going to bounce or a ball bounces. I'm trying to create that same kind of bounce in the graph. So imagine this, our ball is here and it kind of bounces right here, and then it kind of bounces right here, and then it kind of bounces right here. So the bounce, what is going to happen right here, I'm trying to mimic that in the graph itself. So let me select this handle, press the letter G, and I need to adjust the graph properly so that the bounce effect is kind of visible. Press the letter G, and right about here, this is looking kind of weird. It's not going to be this much. I need to zoom in. Let me just zoom in a little bit so that I can properly see things. This is one problem. If you don't have a big monitor, you need to kind of work your way around small monitors like this. Okay, this is looking good. Let me just select this handle right here, press the letter G. Yep, press enter. Select this handle right here, press the letter G, press enter. Okay, it looks like it is looking good to me. I need to check the output. This looks like a proper kind of bounce. This is kind of looking weird. This is once again looking like a bounce. So I need to work on this. So let me select this handle right here, press the letter G. Yeah. Now let me select this handle, press the letter G. It's definitely looking much better than how it was looking earlier. Let me just see the output right here, and let's play. Yeah. So you see there is this kind of bounce effect. It's not entirely there, but it's definitely looking better than what it was looking previously. Earlier it was looking like we are kind of tossing the ball in our hand, but right now it looks like the ball is hitting the ground. Okay. So this is the first part of the ball bouncing animation. We dealt with the movement of the ball along the Z-axis, right? So the first part is done. The second part is we need to move the ball along the X-axis. So let's just close the Z-axis. So turn off the visibility of Z-axis and turn on the visibility of X-axis, right? So we're done with bouncing the ball, right? So the bounce happens along the Z-axis. Now we will actually move the ball along the X-axis. Okay, so I hope you understand what is happening. To create the bouncing animation, the ball is moving simultaneously along two axes. It is moving along the Z-axis when it is bouncing, and it is moving along the X-axis when it is moving in a straight line from this position to this position, which we will do right now. So right now the the X-axis is turned on, right? And there are a bunch of keyframes. If you look inside the timeline, it's kind of confusing. I agree. So we don't need most of these keyframes. So select the keyframes which are present right at the center like this, and you will see them selected in the graph editor as well. So right click, and okay, right click is not going to work. So I guess it's press the letter X, and yeah, if you press the letter X, it will just ask you if you want to delete the keyframes. So I've selected the keyframes which are present in the middle, and now I have pressed the letter X, and I would like to delete the keyframes. So select delete keyframes. So the keyframes which are remaining in the X-axis are the one which is at the first frame and which is at the last frame, that is the 48th frame, right? So this is the first one and this is the last one. And what I would like to do is I would like to move this ball along the Z-axis. So select the first frame and select the first frame, and we're going to add a keyframe in this position. Okay, so press the letter K and now select the location keyframe, right? So we've added a keyframe. Now move the cursor and place it at the 48th frame, which is the last frame. And let's move this ball along the Z-axis, along the X-axis by, let's say, 15 meters. So write the value 15 inside location X-axis and press enter. And now press the letter K and select the location option once again, and this will insert a keyframe in this position. And so now this is what is happening. And if I play this entire thing for you right from the start, so you see. So let me explain to you what is happening. The ball is simultaneously moving along two axes, the X-axis and the Z-axis. In the X-axis, the ball is moving from this location to this location. In the Z-axis, the ball is bouncing thrice. First by 5 meters, then by 3 meters, and then by 1 meter. So when you combine both these movements together, this is the bouncing ball animation that happens. Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to make this bouncing animation a little smoother. All right. So to do that, just like we made the handles of the keyframe free by pressing the letter V, you need to select this keyframe right here, press the letter V, and you need to select this option, that is vector. All right. So select this handle, press the letter G and press the letter X. And now let me just move this handle on this side right here. I want to create a smooth bouncing animation, right? So let me move the handle somewhere around here and now press enter. And now let's check our animation. Yeah, this is looking really good. Okay. So now if I actually turn on the visibility of the Z-axis as well, so you see guys, in the graph it is clearly visible, right? Let me just close down this timeline and let me just adjust the view properly. So in the graph it is clearly visible, all right? So the ball is kind of moving along the X-axis and the Z-axis both at the same time. Okay, I hope you understood the logic. So we are done with this movement. One final thing that I would like to do before I actually go to the changing the material part. Actually, I need to change the material part right now because I'm going to add a rotation to this ball. Right now the ball is static. It's kind of moving, but it is static. But in the real world, when you kind of throw a ball, the ball rotates and moves at the same time. So right now we are just moving using the location parameters, but I would like to rotate the ball as well. So to rotate the ball, we will actually make use of the rotation parameters X, Y, and Z, which you see right here. Actually, not X and Z. We will make use of the Y parameter only. But yeah, so that's that. Now let's actually start with the rotation. So let me first of all turn off the visibility of all this because I don't need them. And now let's insert another keyframe, but this time, so press the letter K. This time select rotation, not location, select rotation. Okay. So I've inserted a keyframe at the first frame, but of the rotation parameter, and move the cursor from the first frame to the 48th frame because I would want the rotation to be there for the entire duration of the animation. And so I add my first keyframe at the first frame, and now I move the cursor at the 48th frame. And now I would actually like to rotate this ball along the y-axis by 360 degree. So write 360 inside rotation y-axis and now press enter. And now what you can do is you can press the letter K and now select rotation once again. Yes. And so now if I actually play this animation for you, right? If I play this animation for you, this is what is happening. So I don't think you will be able to see the rotation. The ball is rotating, but I don't think you will be able to see it because the ball is kind of looking the same. Like I need to add some material for you to see the rotation, which I will do, by the way, because I want to. So let me just turn on everything, turn on the visibility of everything, and let me just show you what's going on. So this is how basically you work with graph editor to create animations, you know. It's really easy if you understand the logic. It kind of looks complicated, but it's not actually. So I'm pretty much done with the animation part. Now I would like to work with some materials, add a plane and do some finish and give some finishing touches to this animation. So first I would actually like to select the ball and go to the material tab, click on the new button. Let me just change the mode from solid mode to material preview mode. And I would like to change the color to something dark. Let's say, yeah, let me just select the blue color. And what I would like to do next is I would like to actually add some sort of mark so that when the rotation happens, the rotation is visible. So let me just go to the edit mode, and now let me just click on the plus icon. This will create a new material. Now select or click on this new button, and I would like to actually, first of all, let me select the face selection mode, and let me select the faces right here. Let me select a couple of faces like this, right? And I would like to assign some sort of color to these faces. So overall, I have assigned the blue color to the entire ball, but just in this particular position, I would like to assign a different color. And so to do that, select the second material which you created and click on base color, and let me select, let's say, this sort of yellowish or orange color right about here. And now click on the assign button. And so as you can see, this yellowish color is now assigned to this particular part right here. Let's go back to object mode. And let me just play this animation for you. And so this is what is happening. Right now, as you can see, the rotation part is visible because of the coloring. Right now, you can see that the ball is rotating. It's moving as well as it is rotating. So that rotation is now visible. All right. One final thing that I would like to do is I would like to add a plane. So go to the add menu, go to mesh, and now select this option that is plane. And let me scale this plane by, let's say, 20 meters, right? And let me move this plane along the Z-axis right about here. Let me just go to the object properties and let me just directly write -1 inside location Z-axis. And let me just play the animation right now. Yeah. And that's it. Perfect. So this is how you can actually do a bouncing ball animation in Blender using the graph editor. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will again see you in the next video. Till then, thanks for watching.